there is something to be said for Crystal. Well, I'm finally sitting down. I don't know what time it is, maybe 7 o'clock or so. And that's one thing about doing this solo camping thing and going from place to place and only having one night at each place, is you are always busy. If you're not driving, you're trying to find something to eat for the night. You're trying to find somewhere to go. And when you make camp, you're setting up and you're setting up and you're setting up, and then you're making food, and then you're cleaning up, and then you're organizing. And by the time you're done everything, there's really very little time to just sit and relax. So if you think doing a trip like this is going to be like, oh, I'm just going to be hanging out and I'm going to be bored sitting in a lawn chair at a campsite, that's only if you're going to stay there a week or something like that. But if you're just staying one night in each place and keep moving on, if it's a travel trip, it's not going to happen. But there is something to be said for Crystal. And I have a special little box that protects it, and it's done a good job. And I have here my special homemade whiskey crabapple liqueur that I make every Thanksgiving. I'll give you a view of the lake. This is Rabbit Blanket Lake. It's not a great lake for swimming. You can't get any motorized boats on it. I mean, if you had a kayak, you could kayak around it and maybe try to catch some fish. It's not really big, so I'm not expecting you would catch anything big in here. Yeah, you might get a little pike or a little bass or something, who knows. I've never tried fishing here. Obviously, I'm in the middle of Lake Superior Provincial Park, so I can't drone it for you. But I just give you a nice view of the lake. So this is a great little site I have. A lot of times when you go on these trips, and you've heard me all along if you've been following this series, you've heard me go on about how rough everything is, how rough and tumble, and that my trials and my tribulations. And it's always like that when you're on the trip. You know, it's like, oh, was rough, that was rough. But then once you get home and 6 months go by and you're just sitting there, and then you think back to the trip, or you look at the old pictures, you look at the old videos, you say to yourself, you know, that was amazing and I'm going to do it again. Morning, day 8. As you can see, I'm looking a little scruffy and a little gray. I've decided I'm gonna let it grow for the trip. I normally am a clean shaven, well looked after kind of guy, but I'm definitely Nanook of the North right now, so that's why I'm looking so rough. I just thought I'm gonna let it grow, and now you can see where all my gray is. And when I get home, I'll get all cleaned up. But as far as being out here, what does it matter? I'm just going to be the rough, wild wilderness bushman. So we kind of a good news, bad news morning. I'll give you the bad news first, is that it started raining right around the time I needed to get up. And I've got a big day today. This is the longest run yet. I've got a good 400 clicks to go today. And I usually like to get up, you know, between 7 and 8, because it takes me a while to get everything all packed up, you know, after I have my coffee. There's my coffee. And get all ready, and then I'm rolling out of here by, you know, 9 o'clock or so that I have a good day on the road and I'm not too late pulling into the next site. Well, this morning, right around, I guess, 7:30, it started to rain. And I'm going, well, I'm not getting out of the tent now and getting up for the day, pouring rain. And with my current lack of sleep I've been having in tents before, I think I'm just going to sleep and sleep a couple more hours and see if the rain goes away. So I got to sleep in. That's the good news. And I managed to sleep in till about 9, which is pretty good when you're camping out here like this. I had a blind over my eyes, and I was quite amazed when I finally got up and the rain had settled down. And as you can hear now, it's not raining too bad. I'm sitting outside, and it was 9 o'clock. Well, usually I'm pulling out by now, but hey, at least I got some extra sleep. And although I'm going to be packing up wet, at least it's not pouring rain. Let's just hope the bike runs good. I'm going to check the tires. And I don't really have anything for breakfast this morning because I very stupidly forgot to get something like that when I was in the grocery store yesterday. I was in a big, beautiful grocery store. I could have got some instant oatmeal or something like that, and I totally forgot. So now I'm just going to have no breakfast, just have my coffee, get on the road, and hopefully I can find something on the road.
I'll wait to see your golden smile, feel of 1,000 kisses. Oh, please stay a while. I'll reach up to hold your sunlit face. Feels like a handful of silk now. I'm in your warm embrace. Oh, I hope this feeling lasts till the oceans turn to glass and the world around us turns and fades to black. Together we'll hold back the sun in this moment, forever young. Against the stream of time we'll run, baby. We'll hold back the sun. This feeling moves me every single day. I'm captured by your charm, enchanted by your ways. In the magic of your eyes, I've become lost in their spell. So come closer, my dear, because all is well. Oh, I hope this feels.
So that was a long haul down the coast of Superior in the pouring rain. It was a pretty brutal drive, but we made her. I was getting worried about gas. I was just down to a couple of bubs of gas, and I had to go 130 kilometers, and I had about 2/3 of a tank when I left, and I thought, oh, we'll get cutting it close. But I finally pulled into the Agawa Crafts place, and they've got gas here, so that kind of saved me. They have a nice shop here too, that lots of souvenirs and things, but they also have a grocery store that seemed to carry a lot of things campers like. So I'm getting my supplies up, and I think I'm going to be good for tonight.
Travel far, now retreating. I've longed for this place for so long. Now I lay me down and be long. And I breathe in the air fresh from the blessed Midwest. I am held by the forest where I go for rest, and washed by the waters of Lake Michigan. And wherever I go, I will return again to my home, the blessed Midwest. I am torn, I am bleeding. Seen many souls, many holy.
Well, made it to Sault Ste. Marie now, and I just finally gave in. I found a KFC, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta have some real food here. So I stopped and got it. That's fine, but of course all the tables are blocked off, and there's no place to eat it. So I'm just out here in a parking lot. I'll show you. Maybe I'll turn around. There we go. So, as you can see, there's like no place to eat it. I can't even, there's not even a sidewalk to sit on. So I'm kind of stuck, so all I can do is cram my food into the back here and try to keep going down the road and find a rest stop somewhere or something like that, somewhere I can pull over and actually eat this. And then I got this drink, can't carry that on the bike, so all I can do is take a few sips and move on.